Hello friends, this is Chris with Inside Hardware. I want to share some insights on my valve gap adjustment experience. This is a first for me, definitely a little daunting. So we're looking at a Honda Odyssey 2010. The motor number, which is a little more important, is a J35A7. And so those vary some, A6, A5, A4. And they vary for the gap size that you'll need to tune it to. Some have a sticker that tell you what the gap size is, and mine did not. I had to find it online. I was able to find it after searching for a while in the forums. It was very helpful finding people giving different tips and tricks, and additionally to the YouTube videos. So as far as this job goes, I'm definitely a novice DIYer. Definitely mechanically inclined, but never gone this deep into oil compartments and whatnot. I understand most of the repairs that my mechanics have done. Have a good mechanic that lets me do things that he thinks I can handle. So this is definitely pushing my boundaries of comfort. I've done alternators, brakes, radiators, and things like that, but this was definitely a first. So first is the big air manifold that comes through. The rear valve cover, I know a lot of people complain about it being a pain and talk about removing the power steering fluid pump there. I was able to finagle it out, but I did loosen a lot of the different harness connections. There's some that you still can't quite remove. That big rear section right there goes. But almost done. I want to show some of the systematic approach I've used. I have this cart helping me because it's definitely tiered. I put the initial stuff down on the bottom, and rear bank, right bank, and then this is more of my tools and cleaner stuff. Engine number 3 was giving me a misfire, and it had a lot of black buildup. And then piston number 3, and then this is the front, which I was debating whether I should take it off or not, and the rear one seems pretty far out of tune, so I went ahead and did, and glad I did. It's got a lot of oil caked on it, and sure enough, cylinder 4 was pretty far out of tune. Bought a set of these feeler gauges. Don't mind bending them because this is probably the first only job I'll need them for. Only $5-10 bucks. And you need a good socket wrench set. You need to turn the crank over, turn the entire engine over, put it in neutral, turn it clockwise. So I have a 19 mil socket under here. Would have been helpful if I had a longer extension or electric tool, but oh well, good old hand. There's 2 peeper holes. I've just been using the front one as a reference, but there's one in the back as well. Just a little rubber gasket that you can remove. And look at the cylinder, line it up, the number with the 2 marks, and then you have 4 valves per cylinder. Cylinders are marked 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. That's their firing order. So 1, 2, 3 in the back, 4, 5, 6 in the front bank. Hold on one second. Oakley, can you please? Sorry. Each cylinder has 4 valves, 2 inlets in the center side of the engine and outlets on the rear and front side of the engine. And then I've been writing down what the gap I'm measuring in before I adjust it, just to kind of get a visual. I started in the back here. I'm just saying L for loose, as in there was a gap greater than the one I should be measuring or tuning to. So it is a bit of a art in that you don't know how tight you do want it, but the rear ones were harder. I was able to do it just by feel, and kind of, you need a sharp eye. You can look through some of the different areas, and you can definitely see it without a mirror. It isn't easy, but it's doable. Getting the cover off was a bit harder, but getting back together I'm sure will be even harder. You do want a 10 mil wrench and 10 mil socket, 12 mil socket as well to get everything apart. I did go ahead and do a fuel rail check as well. You can check my videos for that one as well. I'll be posting. Just really simple test using a little wire and a little bit of fuel pressure to make sure they're all outputting good cones. And that's about it. So doable. definitely allot yourself a good amount of time in a workspace to let it sit overnight, because it can take you a while. And if you have someone that's done it before, that's definitely of help. I hope I get the motor back together by tonight and that it starts up. Thank you for watching.